Cowboys, Colin, in the NFL. Dak Prescott is making some waves. Interesting comment. First of all, the Cowboys' record over the last two seasons, 14-19-1. Yeah. But they upgraded the defense, and Dak is now saying that the postseason is a minimum for 2026.
Uh-oh.
It sucks, definitely, but we're pushing, and that's our goal. That's a minimum. When you have a team like this and they've done everything they have in the offseason, we just said, obviously, we got to push and get better on offense. But when we know we're already improving on defense, that's the minimum. It's everybody's goal in here. You know, to hear like Q say like he's never been to the playoffs, right? Like that's what you want to do it for, and that's where that's what I told him. I said, I'll get you the playoffs. I'm gonna need you to go help us win it.
Well, off-season promises. Okay.
Well, where are we this week? I know every week we do it differently, but Giants, Cowboys, who gets to the playoffs?
Giants. Already made my call.
Giants
already made my call. Already bought jet skis. Feeling really good about it. J-Mac with the news.
All right. Giants over Cowboys for a playoff spot. That's the take. He really does have an affinity for Harbaugh. I chuckle because we've seen these sound bites for the entirety of Dak Prescott's career. I'm still vividly reminded of when he told the Rams he'd see them in the NFC Championship game, or when, after the Eagles won the Super Bowl, he said, I don't mean to say check the record, but... It's like, sometimes less is more, Dak. Sometimes you just need to dial it back. Look, I understand he has to say certain things in front of the microphone. I just think there's a more effective way to handle it. At this stage, you'd hope Dak would develop some coach speak, that reflexive ability to pivot or filter any answer, regardless of how the question is framed. When someone asks, what do you think you'll accomplish this season, you just automatically steer the conversation elsewhere. Even if it's a setup, you've got to have that response ready. If someone flat out asks, can you make the playoffs? Can you win a Super Bowl? You simply say, I'm not worried about any of that right now. We're focused on getting better every single day, because the best version of ourselves today leads to the best version tomorrow. I just made that up on the spot. Boom. Done. But this is what the Cowboys and Dak do every single season. And look, you can come at me and call me a Dak hater or a Cowboys hater, I genuinely am not, from the bottom of my heart. I'd feel this way about any team that d. Oh yes this. If you're a Dallas fan, this should annoy you. If I'm sitting at home watching this as a Cowboys fan, I'd be thinking, yeah, been there, done that. Just stop talking. Stop mentioning the postseason, the Super Bowl, playoff wins, just stop. And now he's saying he wants to make the playoffs because other players haven't? What are you even saying right now? This isn't the biggest deal in the world, it's not a controversy or some hot-button issue. That's not the point. To me, it's about communication getting stuck in Groundhog's Day, which is exactly what it feels like with the Dallas Cowboys. Now, I'm not in Colin's camp where I'm saying, yeah, Giants make the playoffs, Cowboys don't. If we're looking specifically between those two, I'm taking the Cowboys. I believe there's no way that defense is as bad as it was last year, I don't see how it doesn't improve. That's number one. Number two, that offense should be absolutely awesome. Improved defense plus a stellar offense is a winning formula. We're really hyping up Harbaugh as the absolute king of the world, and I don't know when he became this elite, otherworldly coach who just walks into a franchise and transforms everything instantly. I genuinely don't. Even when Lamar Jackson arrived in Baltimore, the team was already very good. What did Harbaugh actually do to transform or reset it? What did he do to take that team to the next level? Nothing. Literally nothing. The other Harbaugh, John's brother, walked into Los Angeles and rebuilt everything overnight. The attention to detail, the staff he hired, the culture shift, everyone was blown away. That's what I saw Ben Johnson do, what I saw Sean McVay do. I haven't seen John Harbaugh do that. The reason I'm bringing up Harbaugh so much in this Giants context is because that's where Colin's coming from. He's viewing it through that lens, and he still doesn't really like Schottenheimer, which confuses me because Schottenheimer really impressed me. I didn't think he'd be a good coach, but I was genuinely impressed. The Cowboys still had many of the same problems they've been plagued with throughout Dak's career, but the offense was even better than I expected. I thought it would be good because there's too much talent there regardless of coaching, but it exceeded my expectations. Now, I don't know if they'll be even better this year. It's always hard to repeat, whether you have a number one defense or offense, it's tough to sustain that level. Just because Matthew Stafford threw for 5,000 yards and 50 touchdowns one year doesn't mean it's automatic the next. There's always variability. So you wouldn't be surprised if the offense takes a slight statistical step back, but the defense takes a big step forward. It'll be interesting to see how that balances out. The other key factor is that if we're comparing the Cowboys to the Giants, they're in the same division. They play each other twice, and those games could be the deciding factor for playoff berths. It would be alarming for Cowboys fans if the Giants leapfrogged them. That would be a doomsday scenario. How did we possibly let that happen? In the last few years, you'd have had the Eagles leapfrog you and win a Super Bowl, the Commanders leapfrog you to the NFC Championship game, and now the Giants leapfrog you to the playoffs while you're left out. Where do you go from there? Those are just my thoughts. I'd absolutely love to hear yours. What do you think about the Cowboys missing the playoffs? Dak talking about the postseason? Let me know in the comments. I read every single one, whether you agree or disagree. Let's get into some discussions, maybe some debates, but ultimately, let's just have some fun. Please consider subscribing. We're building an amazing community here, and I'd love to see you part of it. I want to build something we all feel connected to, something we're excited to be part of. We're well on our way. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, it really helps with visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much. See you next time.